So I'm here today to talk to you about your body balance, which is AKA your bank account. So I'm going to sort of use a few metaphors so that we can get a real idea of what I'm talking about here. So every day you would have income coming into your bank account, which is energy for the body. This could be things which we call in our work resourcing. It could be your cup fillers. It could be a bath. It could be enjoying a cup of tea in the morning sunshine. It could be looking out for birds, going on your daily walk, watching the sunset, watching the sunrise, going in the ocean, lots of creative arts, crafts, crochet, that sort of thing. Maybe you like cooking, maybe you like gardening. So it's really important to know what are the things that light you up? What are the things that light up your body, make you lose sense of time? These are very important. These cup fillers are vital in giving us the energy to process stress. It builds our capacity. We are able to tolerate stress a bit better. We tend to go a bit more in the flow. We have a bit of that energy where we can go into fight, flight, and then we come back into regulation. This is called modulation. It's very important. So we also have daily expenses. Mine is a daily coffee, but we have expenses that come out of our body balance bank account every single day. What this could look like. Maybe it is incredibly stressful trying to get your kid to school in the morning. Maybe your child's got school anxiety. Maybe you're booking too much in your day. Maybe you don't allow enough time to get to appointments during the day, so you're sort of rushing, constantly catching your tail. Maybe you had a crap night's sleep, you're not eating the best, you maybe have a bit of pain in the body, you're not walking enough or movement. You could have flare up of IBS or skin allergies, histamine reaction, that sort of thing. So these are and obviously our body needs energy to get through our day. It needs energy to process cells and repair work and get us going through our everyday activities like our metabolism, right? So these are also expenses. These take our energy, these take our income. Then there's the mortgage. So the mortgage is what I explain as like your history of traumatic events, which could be birth, sexual assault, domestic violence. You could have had a horrible car accident. You could have fallen off a horse. You could have had a near-death experience. But it could also be a lot of loss and a lot of grief. So it can be about losing that amazing person in your family or in your life. And, you know, it's quite hard and heavy to carry grief. Chronic stress. So maybe you run a team. Maybe you have a massive big business. But you need a lot of mental space to run that game. So that also means that we use adrenaline to keep going, to keep thinking, to keep planning, and that leads to chronic stress, which leads to chronic burnout because you're just using up all your adrenals. Childhood experiences, so that could include sort of your attachments to your parents or how you were treated as a child, what you had to go through, medical trauma and your history there. How you were born actually is part of your mortgage. So you might have been born with a cord wrapped around your neck. You could have had a twin. It doesn't matter if you had a twin or not, but maybe if the twin passed or along those lines, that could happen. Maybe you were vacuum cupped out and it was a bit of a rough start. So that can add to your mortgage. And any other sort of events that left its mark, like there's a lot of events that leave its mark, and they don't have to be big events. They can be small events that happen often, which lead to this long-term mortgage, right? And so when we have a mortgage, we have to pay it back, and we pay it back with interest. So your interest part of your mortgage is where the body keeps score. So this manifests in your body as pain, fatigue, burnout, a clenched jaw, headaches. Hard to regulate emotions. Maybe you cry all the time. Maybe you're angry all the time. Maybe you struggle with relationships. You could be on your phone all day because you don't feel safe in your body and you want to dissociate. How it manifests in your body is different for everybody. It's quite hard for me to like pinpoint it, but you know, women could be clenching their pelvic floor. And basically there's this inner brace going on inside the body where we're like bracing for impact, right? So your body is stuck in that response. And this is the interest you're paying on your mortgage. So if you can think of this like every day, you have income coming out, you have expenses, and then you're going to pay a little bit money into your mortgage. Or maybe you're not even touching your mortgage. Maybe you're leaving it. But eventually when you do the work on healing your history and your trauma, and if you do the work with me on the table doing craniosacral work, we're paying back that mortgage. We're reducing that mortgage. So you could imagine like children respond very quickly to this work because they don't have a huge mortgage. Not like us when we come to the table with 40 years of work. So be aware that it's going to take time to heal and it's going to take time to pay it back. And that's why it's so important to be very consistent with your savings, with reducing your expenses, so your daily stress, with your stress management techniques. And I teach this in a program, Manage Your Stress workshop, very simple. And then obviously with Cranio work, we're building resources and we're unwinding and releasing the fascia that holds the stored trauma. So there's other techniques out there as well, but I just want you to be mindful and just aware of how that body balance works.